pick up. Which one? That one? Hey everyone, welcome to
Hi,
TFT,
welcome.
Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Snowbaron.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
It's actually Oberon.
Yeah.
You know that.
Oh gosh. So, anyway, people who have been following us know that I was in a car contest. I've been making lots of noise about that and excitement. I was in the finals. Well, I didn't make it to the finals, but you know, we had a lot of fun that day.
We did. I didn't get sunburned, which is remarkable because I almost always get sunburned.
It was so hot and sunny. I had to put on some sunblock because, of course, I have to watch my exposure to the sun. But we did take a nice picture with our DJ morning crew, favorite morning crew, mine anyway. And
they're funny. I don't really know them like her. She listens to them on the radio.
They're funny. But the funnier thing was the picture. Well, I don't know if we're going to post that or not because I don't want them to think we're profiting off of them or something. But the thing is that Mr. O appears in the picture twice. He merges into one of the DJs.
My spirit's separated into two halves.
A little bit, just arms kind of merged together. And he's in there a second time. He's on one side of her. And then he's on the other side of her. And they took 3 pictures with my tablet.
And they all came out like that.
One of them, I definitely have a different facial expression. So, I mean, they were different pictures. But he appears each time twice. It's very weird. I think he was disassociating or something.
I'd like to say that maybe I was astral projecting, but it's more likely that I was asshole projecting.
Oh, stop that. Hey, family show.
That's right.
Show.
And anyways, it was a lot of fun to be there, and not so much to drive back without a new car.
Casey, welcome. Hey, I see Miriam is also entered after Apple and Eve. We're writing a list, Aquarius. Your name will be on the list, so hold your question. Your time will come. So I got Apple and Eve.
Happy Sunday.
And then I had Miriam. And then I had KC. Good to see you, KC. I know it's nearing the end of August, and you'll be disappearing again. So glad you made it. All right, so
here's our list.
I'm just counting them. Okay. So we have Acel is first, and then Libra Cusp, and then we have Lena, Angel Mary, Mama T, YOLO, Divine You, Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, and KC. So a bit of a list, but we're going to get rolling with our card for the collective.
All right.
While I'm shuffling, would you like to talk about your decks real quick?
Sure.
And then I'll do mine after.
Well, first we have Sunny's fabulous hindquarters, as well as the little sculpture that Mama Teresa gave us. But seriously speaking, I have the Karma Music Tarot, and that's the Ace of Coins. And then I've also brought my Millennium Thoth. I'm not going to take it out of the box just yet, but this is basically kind of a little bit more artistic or modernish interpretation of the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. So I kind of like it. I've been using it on my Thoughts from Thoth Thursday sequence. But I've also brought the Tarot of the Ages, which is kind of new agey. I like it. And this is the Nine of Swords. Okay, a little dramatic. And then I brought another one just in case. It's from the Galapagos Tarot. They're kind of unusual because they're basically 1 through 78, all with different words on them. And so it's kind of different. Like maybe they have an attraction towards a one-card pull with a word on it, like an oracle deck. They don't really have suits or court cards. Anyways, for you.
I'll go over my decks in a minute. I am ready with our card for the collective today, and I am using the Magic of You Oracle by Fiona Horn. And I've shuffled and I've cut the cards. This is just a one-card draw. I like to highlight different oracle decks in my collection and give a little nod to the authors. So I pulled Phenomenon for us. Be still and listen to the spirits. And it's really interesting, and I'll explain why in a minute, but let's read this and see what Fiona has to say. It is time to invite and commune with spirit guides and ancestors and consider their advice and guidance. The girl of Phenomenon has sacrificed one eye for inner sight as she bridges the worlds of life and death. She is surrounded by white lilies, the sacred flower of death. This indicates that your willingness and ability to be still and listen will reveal the beauty of your situation. The girl of Phenomenon's crown chakra and third eye are fused in a web of pearly branches that inspire peaceful contemplation. Do not fear the underworld. Instead, willingly descend into the darkness with grateful awareness that others who came before you have learned the lessons and answers you are seeking and are willing to share their insights and wisdom. And it's really interesting to me because global warming and all the crazy weather aside, I've been feeling a shift happening in the seasons already, so I've been kind of mixing up my decks here to reflect that. So this was a little bit of an internal work. And yeah, I do feel the shift, like maybe there is a slight thinning of the veil lately as well. Not sure why that is, but I'm feeling it, Mr. O. So that's why I brought this out, and that's why I'm using some of my decks today that I picked. And so the first one is the Dark Woods Tarot. And here's the Six of Swords in that deck. And that deck is by, I almost need a cheat sheet for my decks today. Sasha Graham with the art by Abigail Larson, who's doing some really great decks lately. I also have the Dancing in the Dark Tarot, and that is the Three of Swords in that deck. The Dancing in the Dark Tarot, by the way, is by, I'm just going to give the name on the box. There may be another name associated. Gianfranco Pereno. All right, and then we have the One of Pentacles. This is the So Below deck in the As Above, So Below Tarot by Barbara Moore, and artwork by others who I will mention soon, because I believe it's the same for these next two decks I have. This next deck. And this is the So Above deck in that same series, As Above, So Below. And we have the Four of Air in this deck. And so that's obviously Four of Swords. All right, so... and that deck is very, very cool. It's like a series of two decks, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And just for the record, those decks are by Barbara Moore with artwork by Gabriele Krasinski and Rivoli. They're all Los Scarabeo artists.
And we've had a couple more people show up.
I will get them in. And finally,
Pallavi and Valpavi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. And we're using my Lenormand deck today by Cyril Marchetti with the expanded cards in it. Okay, so I see we do have more people. Sunny is on my list right now.
Literally.
All right, so after KC, we had Libra showed?
No, Libra's earlier.
Oh, Libra was earlier. Sorry. Pallavi.
And Valpavi.
Valpavi. All right. Okay, so the list is made. You two that I just mentioned are near the bottom, so we'll go over the list after this next reading. Our first person is Lucky Asel.
Hi, Asel. I hope you're still
first. Here. And you want to grab one of your decks first?
Sure. Mm-hmm. I use the Millennium Pharaoh.
I'm eating grapes here. And I'm glad to hear you are not disappearing on us, KC. At least not completely. I know you'll be busy. My son is back in school and he's pretty busy.
Yep. School year's starting. What? Our granddaughter's in 9th grade now?
That's right.
Go right ahead, of course, Estelle. You're probably typing it right now.
Yep, go ahead and type it, Estelle.
He probably is.
Sonny, this is not going to work for me. This is so not going to work for me. Your toys are all over here. That's right. Go get them. Go get them. Did he move something?
No, not yet. He did
Well,
earlier.
Mr.
He
O, I
moved the
have no
camera a
choice
little
here.
bit.
I have no place to shove.
I know. He's about to move that camera.
I know.
You know.
I hope everybody likes my pseudo fireplace here. I figured, yes, it looks a little more wintry, but this is a season of bonfires and stuff. People sitting outside by the fire. I just thought it had a cozy feel to it. Kind of a changing seasonal feel. All right. We have our questions, so let's roll.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. It hasn't shown up for me yet.
Really?
No, it hasn't.
Who's my future husband when I meet him?
Okay.
I have an idea for this reading, Mr. O. I know you're excited.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel Rivera. Good to see you. Oops, there we go. All right. Here, let me do this. I'm going to need the cards back.
Of course.
So the first card, I'm looking for a court card. Wow. Maybe they're all at the bottom. There's one. Wow. Okay, pretty good one at that. Here you go, Mr. O. You're paying attention. The Knight of Cups is upright. So I think the person you're going to meet, your future husband, could possibly be a water sign, could be somebody very charming, somebody who wears their heart on their sleeves a little bit too, I believe. What would you say, Mr. O?
Well, they definitely feel romantically inclined. They seem to be really in touch with their emotional side. They kind of generate qualities of happiness and support.
So now I'm going to draw a major arcana card for kind of looking at the theme of their life or what's been going on in their life, kind of person they are, just to get a little bit more information on them. Let's see what we get here. Oh. The Magician upright.
The Magician upright.
Yeah. So I'd say this person is like, when you meet them, I think they're well established. They seem to be very, very prepared for, maybe marriage or at least, in their career. They seem very well grounded.
They're dynamic and vibrant. They're in charge of almost all aspects of their life.
Right. They seem to be very much in control of things. They know what they want and how to get it.
Mm-hmm, very much so.
And so let's just check out now what maybe some of either their successes or challenges might be. I just figured this out to give you an idea of the kind of person this would be. Oh my gosh. The Nine of Pentacles upright.
So it almost seems like maybe, you know, they're sort of a person who has it all except for the one that they want to be with.
You.
You. It sounds like somebody who's very materially taken care of, has sort of a sense of beauty and solidarity, security, I guess. You know, they just feel really secure and sure in their environment, in control.
Right. They may be somebody who maybe even owns property at the or a house, you know, at the time you meet them. They just seem to have, at any rate, you know, they seem to be very, very comfortable financially. I'm not going to say rich per se, because, I mean, you know, there's many ways that people can be wealthy, even in the context of the Nine of Pentacles. You know, they just seem to be really top notch. This is a great reading, Asal.
Yes, there is a list, and I've noticed that a few people have bopped in. We'll get to that in a moment. We're in the middle of a reading right at the moment. Thanks for joining us. So our list is kind of big, so we'll be going through that in a moment, and hope you can hang on for it.
Anything else to add there, Mr. O?
I think it's just that. No, I believe that this is kind of a person who's waiting for somebody to share their life with.
Probably should have done the tiles, because we have so many people. The cards might be more problematic.
Yeah, are they
You know,
handy?
I'm going to do that, I think.
Okay.
Because let me just switch off. Here they are. Because to shuffle those cards at this point, okay, you can take
Probably,
that.
right. And so we're going to have to...
So we're going to use the Lenormand tiles, which I just grabbed. Mix them up a little bit here.
And thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Don't forget to hit our
We're going to try
like
to get
button.
rolling so we can get everybody in today. All right.
So these are from the Lenormand, which is another oracle. And we have the bouquet, and we have the fox. Well,
Wow.
that's kind of interesting.
I think it's hard for me to say. I feel that, Asel, this is a person who is very, very dynamic and giving. I mean, emotionally.
Yeah, and I said that, right? Mhm.
There's a lot of joy, you know, here with this person. They feel a lot of joy in life and happiness. So I kind of feel like this is really a great person all the way around. They're more based in their emotional lives in some way. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe their work isn't to do something with helping people. But beyond that point, they're very successful.
Business acumen,
Yeah.
definitely with that fox there too. And that just hints at the fact that they're attractive, maybe not just necessarily in physical ways, but they just have an aura, which is kind of what we were saying with the Knight of Cups and the Magician.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right, thanks.
All right, I'm going to go over the list again for all the new people who have come in. It is a long list. We're going to move on. Libra, you are up, so go ahead with your question.
And they have it there, so go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And then Lena, Angel Mary, Mama T, Yolo, Divine You, Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, KC, Pallavi, Vahabi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, and Crystal.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to put a little line by Crystal. That might be all we can get through today, but we'll see. We will add people after that and maybe at least draw one card for them.
So Libra wants to know what the license plates are telling them. And I assume that's, you know, the way the numbers, you know, sort of give you a sense of recollection with something else.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Libra, because after I left the car contest yesterday that I did not win, the funny thing was that I ran into, there was a car right in front of us,
And letters.
leaving the parking lot with my birth year on it. And I'm just like, oh, look at that. And it was reversed. And I just thought, yeah, that was my luck today. It kind of wasn't there. But that's okay.
Yeah, I forget too that sometimes the letters may strike us as initials of people we know, and so we wonder. Yeah, you know, it's a little bit disappointing about not winning.
You know, there's always next year.
That's right.
I'll get in again. If I got in once to get in the finals, I'll get in again.
She's luckier than most people I know, and the dynamic really is that you got to play.
I have my share of luck, and I actually spoke to some woman there who said she has been part of this a number of times, so clearly her phone is better than mine to get through to be the 10th caller or whatever it is, or she's very persistent. But she said one time she ended up they did it by, they gave people envelopes and some people had keys in them. And so one time she had a key, but it didn't open the car. Man, that would have been exciting.
All right.
I have had my share of luck.
You're welcome, Asel.
Oh my. Well, the 3 of Swords has popped up, which that was the card I showed, which is interesting. It was at the top again, since we both shuffled. The King of Swords is upright, and the Queen of Cups is upright. They're all upright. They're not all good, but they're all upright. So I don't know. Is the 3 of, is this license plate reminding you of some sorrows or some, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Unfinished
it almost looks like a
business.
separation or a breakup.
Right. That's what I'm saying here. Is this is this license plate reminding you of some kind of sorrow between you and somebody else, where the numbers or the initials reminiscent of somebody you've had a past relationship with, or, some argument or separation from?
It could be saying that this is yet to be, because of course it could be prophetic. True. And so it may be indicating that these personalities, one maybe you, I assume it could be Queen of Cups, and maybe it's not so much like a primary relationship, but it could be a more important relationship, but it may be just important in general, and it may indicate that there is some parting there and that you may feel bad about that. It doesn't necessarily indicate that it's on your part. It could be that other person's part. When I see a personality like the King of Swords, they are somebody that sort of divides things because they make decisions, and so usually when a decision is made, something may be separated from something else, or something may be parted in different ways to appropriate that decision.
Right. It's interesting, too. If I didn't look at this as like a thing between you and somebody else, Libra, the thing I could say is, obviously, I would feel that Queen of Cups is representing you here. And, that maybe now is the time to be more decisive in dealing with some issues related to some sorrows, that are still affecting you in some way. Maybe now is the time.
That's
for
a good read, Banshee, because
Yeah.
I think it's more clear that it's about, these are both qualities within yourself or things that you're wrestling with or decisions. This is saying maybe to be decisive, because to be the King of Swords is really to be in control of your decisions. And it could just be very well that you need to part ways, even though it may be painful, with another person, another situation, concepts in general.
Go for it.
Go for it.
You are first.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the key.
Because I drew the crossroads.
The key is to move forward. I'm just going to say the key is to choose a path away from this sorrow.
And the other thing, too, of course, is that because you said license plates, and of course, we drive on roads, sometimes crossroads, and of course, we generally need a key to get the car going.
You're not thinking of those horrible roundabouts.
She can't stand roundabouts. That's
I
why
hate
when we
roundabouts.
drive somewhere, I have to drive because if there's a roundabout,
Only if I think there's roundabouts.
she's like a deer in the headlights. She'll just freeze, and then we'll be wiped out.
And wouldn't you know, yesterday on our path to the way out to this car dealership, there was a roundabout.
I took care of you, honey.
I know.
So on my end, though, seriously, though, I guess this is saying that these factors that may be coming up for you or that you've been thinking about are in fact true, and that you are at a point where maybe you need to diverge in some way. And it's your realization that this is an okay thing, that this is okay for you to be decisive is the key for you to take charge of it, or to at least be on top of, any and all, parts and consequences of that action.
Okay, I've added Zola to the list. It's a long list, Zola, so we're going to try to get to you, but you're at the end of the list, so it's going to be a while. And welcome. Everybody, welcome
Zola.
today. Just got to say, what a nice day. A lot of people. Lena, you are next, and I see you want a general reading, so we'll get right to that. And after Lena is Angel Mary, Mama T, Yolo, Divine You, Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, KC, Pallavi, Vahabi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, and Zola. All right.
And I see we have some likes, so I thank you guys for
Oh,
that.
please keep the lights up. We
Keep the likes
appreciate
coming.
that.
Thank you.
You may go ahead, Mr. O.
All right, so I'm going to grab the Tarot of the Ages deck.
All right.
Just need to switch a screen here real quick. Hold on. Do-do-do. I like this deck because it's small and easy to handle. We really do thank people who are patient. So thank you, Miriam. It's all we can do to just try to get through the readings and move on to the next. We enjoy doing this, so sometimes we do feel like we're a little indulgent with some people or some
sometimes we like
situations.
to talk to our peeps out here too.
Exactly. There you go.
All right.
And don't forget, we also do a live stream on Thursday evenings. I have the schedule up there, so that's from 7 to 9.
And thank everybody who was here that was there Thursday. Thursday was really hopping.
Was hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like really
appreciate that.
hopping, so it's cool. And then it's not exactly on schedule, but we do usually every week a happy hour, a 1 hour pop-up live stream where we do one card per person. And this one is intended to give that positive message from Spirit that you might need, rather than just the general reading that we're doing now.
Well, Mr. O, we haven't talked about it yet, but are we planning on doing it Saturday this week?
What's that? Oh,
Right.
the live?
The happy hour.
The happy hour. I do work this next Saturday, but we can do it like we normally have.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
We'll do it in the morning because
Yeah.
it seems to be a good time to do it.
So 10 a.m. next Saturday is likely time for our next happy hour.
All right.
We'll try to get some word out about that.
So a general reading for Lena then.
Let's go. Oh,
As
there he goes.
No, Sunman. Okay, it's almost back in place. Silly cat.
Sonny. It's just looking at me like, what's the problem? It's the King of Coins reversed. The Three of Wands upright. And the Seven of Swords upright. Oh, I got some ideas here. Do you want me to go ahead?
Sure.
All right. Okay, Lena, I look at these cards here, and I think it's saying to me that, this may not be the most ideal time for you materially or financially, but that doesn't mean that you should not be planning a course ahead now. This is like, regardless of conditions, this is a time maybe to do some planning and to really start deciding on what direction you're going to go. Because I feel that Seven of Swords actually in this case may just be saying, you have to start looking out for you now and and decide which direction you really want to take yourself to succeed and forge ahead.
I kind of think that the Seven of Swords upright can also indicate too, really maybe to some degree of thinking out of the box or thinking around some of the obstacles, maybe possibly, just trying to be more clever and find an edge that you or you alone can kind of indicate. And I think that the other things Banshee said are pretty much correct, that it is about a plan, because the plan really looks like it'll work out. It's mostly how well you can implement the plan. It feels like, though, until then, you might or along with then, you might also be looking for the way to really control everything material about it. So it's mostly setting yourself up to really be much more independent than you may feel you are right now.
I like that, yeah. Because, I don't know, when I see that Seven of Swords, too, I feel like they're looking out for themselves, because I feel that nobody else is going to do it for you, basically. Yes,
it's right. It really is. And I see Mama T mention Goth Tarot, and I appreciate that. I do a show, Goth Tarot, that deals with shadow philosophy, shadow side work. That is on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Also, Banshee's Material Matters was on this morning. That's the financial overview for the week. And then we just released our monthly modality message, which is kind of like the astrological take, using your astrological modalities with tarot to kind of show you how your month can work out for you. So those are all on our channel too. Thank you.
Grab the Lenormand.
Yes, the Lenormand for Lena. Thanks for keeping me on track. So Banshee has pulled the Anchor, and I have pulled the Gentleman.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure here what this means. I'm wondering if there can't be somebody, whether it's family or somebody else, could be a male, it just could be somebody else who might be able to help you, help stabilize things a little bit. If things have been a little rough for you, they can offer you some security. The other possibility exists here, Lena, that could be somebody entering your life. It's possibly, I know you've asked about people coming into your life before. This is a possible relationship that could offer some security and stability.
Right. I'm not exactly clear that it is necessarily a relationship, but it seems like somebody is coming into your life that maybe provides a support or direction of some sort, or that they're just a friend that maybe will end up staying around for a while. That won't be a short-term relationship or just somebody from a work experience. They may be somebody, maybe it's a partner in a kind of business that we might see happening there.
I think it's possible, Lena, but because of the other cards, they're not very romance-based, that I'm not really sure. But you did ask for a general reading, and so when we do a general reading, sometimes other things come up. And so that's why I'm offering that possibility that either it's going to be somebody who can help you, get ahead or get yourself feeling more secure and stable in your life, whether it's helping you find a home, property, or a loan of some sort to get something off the ground or pay some debts, or
breathe. Those anchor looks like there's hearts.
There are.
Okay, I just wanted to say that.
Or the other thing is, because the Gentleman card is there and the Anchor, it could be somebody who's romantically inclined.
And so you got a job offer. How wonderful. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Woohoo. So maybe that's it. I don't know if it was a male who offered you the job, but maybe.
By the way, as long as we're at it, we'd like to ask everybody to send their nice thoughts to Gina, our wonderful friend and follower, Gina. She's right in that hurricane zone today, so we're just trying to send her calming thoughts and hope the storm doesn't hit her area, if at all possible.
Okay, we've got a new person. I'm not sure how to say the name, but I'll say
Bemerzug.
Bemerzug Dunia.
Mm-hmm. We're not sure. We have
Yeah, I
a
know.
large list.
I'm going to put you down as Ben Merzug D. And I have you on the list with Zola, but I'm not sure. We have a very long list today, so we'll see if we can get to you. Oh, as a female. Well, it still could indicate somebody offering you security. Sometimes, even though the Lenormand, they have gender-specific, cards, I'm not necessarily, how do I say this? I don't necessarily assign a gender to it. So, it could indicate that it was that person as well.
Helps us hedge our bets.
Well, it helps us hedge our bets, but also, I feel that these tools are made in a time when, gender was less fluid or looked at less fluidly than it is today.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. So let's move on. All right. So that's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that. I think it was a pretty good reading overall. Angel Mary, you are upright.
Well, I don't know if I should be insulted or not, Casey.
Aww. Well, that's nice, Casey. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll draw a card for you anyway. But, instead of giving the spot, we'll just move down the list faster. We'll just do that because it's,
Sure, we
people
can do
who
that.
came before, we got to let them go. But okay, we'll try to fit everybody in. But you know what? Ben Merzug is the cutoff point for sure, because I think that's all we're going to get in today.
Already.
Angel Mary's got the question, though,
Alrighty.
so we are rolling with the next one.
Do you have those?
I do. I'm
All
just
right.
trying to get the deck I want. This one, I think. All right. Oh, Sonny.
We can do that in a minute. Repeat the list.
Yeah, I'll repeat the list in a minute. Sorry about that. While he's shuffling, I'll do that.
I got to figure out a way to kind of keep a copy of the list that I could just paste into the chat.
Well,
I've seen a couple
if
readers.
we keep growing like this, we may in fact have to assign a moderator and find somebody to volunteer to moderate.
But I've seen another reader who does that, who has a way of running their list. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what they're doing. I should ask them, I guess.
But really, because we've been averaging X amount of people up to a point, for a while now, we haven't really had to think about assigning a moderator, but we might. Would make life a little easier. Okay, here's the list. We're on Angel Mary right now, and then Mama T, Yolo, Divine You, Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, Pallavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, and Ben Merzug D. And, if Casey's still around at the end, we'll throw a card for him. Hey, January girl, there is a totally full house today.
Yeah, we're tickled pink over it.
I know. It's exciting. Well, that's true. That'd have to be you to do that, though, because my tablet's a lot harder to type the names in.
Well, like I said, I noticed somebody did that, so I'm trying to think of how we would do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right,
shuffled
Vahavi.
again.
I just have to be able to focus on that.
I just shuffled again. I gave you
Oh,
you
okay.
to shuffle already, right? Here.
Can you? Oh, so I have to shuffle again?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're just
We
gonna
shouldn't
pick
let you touch them again.
That's what I meant. All right.
Alrighty,
then.
so this was a question or general? Do you know who we're on?
Yeah, of course I do. It's
Angel Mary about
and
the
she
love life
said-
by the end of
right.
2021.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I remember that, honest. Okay, so we have,
You startled me.
well, I startled myself too.
What do you have there?
I have the King of Swords.
Got it.
And it's upright.
It's upright. You silly.
I have Temperance, and it's reversed.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I have the King of Chalices upright, and that's kind of interesting because they're
You
framing
said
it.
you have it reversed there. Which way was
It's reversed.
Okay. I have a feeling that your love life might be a little flip-floppy here by the end of the year. It seems as though, if you're going to involve yourself with people, or get involved with someone, there may be more than one person, and it seems as though one is a little bit, well, I don't know. It seems like it might throw your life into a little bit of chaos, I'm just saying.
Well, because of the way you asked the question, I'm almost inclined to say that maybe this sort of represents the idea that there's more than one possible suitor, possible person, coming into your orbit. And it would seem like if that's true, then maybe one of them or one side of them, looks to be more of a practical sort. Maybe somebody who's just achievement oriented, so that may be part of how your relationship unfolds, that they really want to get to meet you, maybe want to have a stronger relationship with you. The other one themselves may be just having more of an emotional neediness, and so they're not achievement oriented as much as just wanting to really connect with somebody and maybe do a little bit of actualizing of their own in that respect. So there is possibly you in the middle, maybe not necessarily making all the right moves with any of these possibilities. So that's the key here, is that you would just really want to be kind of as consistent as you can, even though there may be a range of emotional types here.
You're very nice, Miriam. Thank you.
Wow, Miriam, thank you. I appreciate that. Now we're supposed to pin that, I guess. So let's see if I can do that. Hold on. But I can't hire you. Okay, so I've asked for it to be pinned, so I'll see how that works.
All right. Okay, so the other thing I was going to say here, Angel Mary, is that you have, to me, I don't know why I'm picking this up, but I would say here that you probably will like, the King of Cups individual here is very charming in a lot of ways, smooth talker, etc., but definitely has some issues. And so, but I have that feeling that maybe the chaos is being brought into your life a little bit because you're highly attracted to this bad boy.
No, we appreciate that, Miriam. Thank you.
No,
if we were more on top of things, we would be doing this ourselves.
Thank you so much. So, seriously, I feel, Angel Mary, that if the chaos may come from the fact that, you have these two choices here, and maybe you're leaning towards the wrong one, There's an attraction here. I feel there might be more an attraction for that person than the King of Swords. But the King of Swords, in a lot of ways, could be more loyal, trustworthy, and has a lot more going for them, I think.
So the short story is that probably there'll be something happening, and you might be asked on dates, and so you just have to really, be looking at it consistently, maybe, because you are going to meet some really different personality types, is what it looks like. So I have pulled the Bear, which is really cool. The Bear, I think that's cool. I'll tell you why in a minute. And then the Child, and I'm not sure. But the Bear says, kind of to me, is like female energy being in charge. So the Bear possibly says that you're going to be more in charge of this than maybe what we were seeing there, or that you should try to be. And maybe also suggesting too that maybe you'll decide to take it slowly once you start to see this activity happening. Just be a little judicious with how you move into the dating pool. Or it could maybe possibly indicate that there is a child somewhere in this that has to also be cared about. Maybe somebody has a child. Maybe you have somebody you have to take care of too. Your turn.
Well, no, I'm just saying there's two things I could say about the Bear and the Child together.
Oh.
One is that I feel like, you're going to get a little empowered from this whole thing, I mean, if especially if your love life has been slow, suddenly to have, two people to choose from, is kind of like, wow, this is empowering in a way. So don't get carried away with that, but I know it's going to just boost your spirits a bit, if nothing else, even if it is a little chaotic and leaves you wondering what the heck you're going to do. But the other thing about this I want to say is, the child and the bear, the bear is like a mama figure, so child could indicate a pregnancy. So do beware and be safe, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
I thought that was really obvious, and I thought if I said that maybe, it wouldn't be a good thing necessarily.
Well, I'm just saying it
but
because
you know Lenormand better than me, and Lenormand tends to be about actual result driven, whereas tarot could be a little bit more vague, more spiritual, more I'm thinking this, I feel this way. Okay, but we figured it out.
It's just the ability to mince words or not. And I won't mince words. If I see something there, I'm going to tell you about it. But,
So if it's a boy, Obi.
I truly think it's more about, I feel you're going to be really kind of getting off on this a little bit. But that's why the Temperance card is reversed there. Keep everything in perspective, and balance, and really make the right choices for yourself if you have choices coming to you. That's what we have for you, Angel Mary. Good luck with that. Ooh.
Alrighty, so it looks like Mama Teresa's
T.
next.
And then we have Yolo,
Divine You,
Aquarius,
Apple and Eve, Miriam, Kelio,
Pallavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, Ben.
I'm looking at the pin.
I know, Casey and JG. Casey said he would let his turn go, so he's near the end.
Alrighty. Thank you, Angel Mary, and we're on to Mama T.
And you will use your deck?
I will use my deck.
Thank you.
So let's see. I will go to the Karma Tarot. Why not?
General reading. You got it.
And it says closed, so that would be just like the message, like, we're sorry, but we're closed.
Well, we are closed.
You can
now.
expand that by hitting on your three dots there.
Can I?
That's the list, yeah. Well, it was. On mine it is. Maybe you didn't hit it right.
Mine is different, There we go. He's so silly. I know I'm going to knock the camera down. He's so cute. He wants to wrestle.
Okay, here you go. This will keep you from wrestling.
He's going to be
So,
upset.
who is this fabulous Sunny Cat who's all over the stage? Look at that. He's like right there on our stage. You.
Wrestling with me.
Oh, there he goes.
Wrestling with me.
Sunny Cam. Hi, Sunny. Smile for your close-up.
Nope, the list is on the top, Mr. Maurice. We're still working our way through it. We're on Mama T right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but we've had somebody assist us by pinning a list to the top of the chat. So that kind of shows you your place. And
we will read for everybody on this list, and after that, we are done. All right, Mr. O, I am ready. All right.
all right, I need him to move again.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. General reading. Okay, so we have the reversed Eight of Cups, a reversed King of Wands, and then a reversed Three of Wands. And Sunny, you need to give me a little room here, so let's
goodness,
do
that's a prescription for disaster. His leg is between the camera legs. All right. And his tail is moving our cards around. Mama T, it seems like, plans right now seem to be sputtering just a little bit. You've got two wands reversed here. And so how to get this moving in a forward direction? I have a feeling there is something, you have to revisit from, maybe it's just a recent past, but there's some unfinished business that needs to be done before you can really move forward with your plans.
Right. Eight of Cups reversed really has given me that idea too, that there's something and maybe you already know what it is. It's just something that is, a line that has not been crossed off yet. That's what I think it is. The King of Wands and the Three of Wands reversed are kind of indicating there's a slowdown right now with any enterprise, mostly things that relate to business or how you're kind of projecting yourself into that world, trying to maintain, your business or your lifestyle, that kind of thing. So it could also be too that maybe that reversed Eight of Cups is also about certain expectations that aren't working out too. So maybe that's like, maybe you're trying to revisit this area of something that didn't work out that you were hoping. He moved. Good. So it could be about that, just revisiting the ideas of projects or things that didn't work out as well.
I know this won't work, but, we'll try it. Maybe I'll have shuffle room here if I can keep them here. Okay. So yeah, that's what we have for you. Let's do some Lenormand here. Oh, you're always reversed. No, you're not. And
No.
Just for the record, not all reversed cards are bad. So, I don't know who was supposed to grab first, but there it is.
Tower and Crossroads. So now,
Oh yeah, the Crossroads.
right now there may be some actual institutional kind of forces that are dragging their heels or putting up some obstacles or roadblocks. Maybe there's a little indication that there could be a possible health issue. I don't see it seriously, but maybe something should be checked out. Maybe somebody has a complaint that maybe should be checked out. But more likely, I think it's really about some obstacles that are popping up. I sort of feel like it does relate to the idea that there's something you're not quite finished with.
Yeah, and it may do with some bureaucratic red tape. It may be something not coming through like it had planned, or there are just delays in getting the ball rolling with something. So it just seems as though it's just going to be a slow period right now. And once these loose ends are tied up, it'll be more easy for you to move forward. But until then, it's just, you're going to feel a little bit of frustration, I don't think it's stress so much as it is frustration. It can lead to some stress though too, it's true.
And Miriam may have noted that I've just made her a moderator, but that's mostly because I don't know how to edit that list. So if you want to, you can just go ahead and edit it now and then for us. But you don't have to. We'll deal with it one way or the other. But I appreciate it.
Okay. So That's what we have for you, Mama T. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Mama T.
And let's see. We are on YOLO. YOLO, you are up. And then Divine You, Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, Pallavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, Ben Mazogdi. I should just call you BD because I'm not going to get the name right. Casey and January Girl, if you're still here. We might be able to throw an additional single card for some of you at the end if we can't get a full reading in, but we will try.
I apologize, Miriam, if that was, untoward, but I just figured you were so nice to do the list. I thought it would be nice to just do that because then you could help us with that list. So I don't expect you to necessarily time out people or anything like that. We can certainly do that ourselves.
Yeah.
We mostly never have to do that, though.
On occasion.
Though a couple weeks ago we did have to do that for somebody that came in with, righteous stuff. So, alrighty, YOLO. Thank you. Aw, you're so sweet.
Okay, both doing. I kind of know why did the person call the main? Reason. Okay. This is a little bit of a different deck, this As Above deck I'm using today. Hopefully it won't be too messy and we won't figure out which card is which. But we're going to give it a shot.
So YouTube's a little slow, but I see how it works. I did manage to replace the one with the other, so that's kind of cool. Yay.
This is called Learn As We Go. And as soon as we learn something, technology will change it again. Story of our lives. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, January girl. I appreciate that. But we'll just see how we go. You never know. It's a long list, though, today. Woo!
You know, the actual biggest problem is maybe in some ways is me trying to deal with some of the things in the chat because I get distracted and then that might cause her to waffle a little bit or just a slowdown in general.
Oh, cause me to do this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see which cards we get here, Mr. O. The first one is Temperance.
Okay.
Temperance reversed, which is Ostara in this deck.
And we had that in an earlier reading too.
And this one is the Five of Waters, so it's the Five of Cups reversed. That's really interesting. And then we have, we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Beautiful card.
Oh yeah, nice.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. Did it go off? I didn't see it.
Uh-oh. Did it go off? It may not have. You're not in Streamlabs, are you?
Right, but sometimes it still does.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone see something?
Oh, jeez.
Well, thank you.
Okay, I just want to look at the question and so what was the caller's intention? Well, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. I think there might be some opportunistic reason why they called. I think, you know, that I'm looking at the Five of Cups reversed here for that. But Temperance is, you know, Temperance is reversed. I don't know. Is this somebody you know business-wise, or do you think there might be somebody with a romantic reason here? I see the possibility for something to grow here, that maybe they see an opportunity for growth here, which is why they called. And maybe they're looking for some stability in their life right now.
I feel that this caller might feel a connection to you that they think is warranted or justified, but you may not because maybe you don't truly know them, but maybe they feel that they resonate more to you and that they want to help you grow in certain ways. Which one is that?
Let's see, it's Pentacles.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I also feel too that maybe they have their own emotional issues that maybe makes them not necessarily relate to everything in a balanced way. So it may be that they're thinking that they can offer you something and that you can offer them something. I sort of think that they want to create a situation, but I don't know that it's really the same on your part. Like you might want to just scrutinize a little bit more.
Well, it's really interesting to me, Yolo, this bottom card you you asked for. Because on the one hand, we have the Ace of Pentacles here, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. And so the Five of Pentacles is always focused on lack and want and need. And so I think this person is really searching for something, is feeling like they're lacking something, and maybe it's the balance, like I said. So they're looking and seeking something that can provide them an opportunity for more balance and stability and harmony in their lives.
Another five that also can talk about things that are missing or lacking, the Five of Cups. Mostly when it's the other way around. I know that, but I'm just saying, so it does represent that idea of a dichotomy there, to me
Right.
at least.
Right.
And
agree.
so therefore what you're saying, so it
Yeah.
really is about the idea of not understanding where things are in your life that really are there, or presuming maybe some things are there and they're really not, or that's that person, I guess. Right? Is that how you look at it?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not.
That person.
Yeah, exactly, because it was
Ooh.
about the caller. Yeah. Well, you know what?
The whip is the one I pulled, the first one, and then the clouds, which does have the lighter side facing towards that whip.
I have a feeling that pretty soon their intentions are going to be made known to you. And it's basically because the light side of the clouds are facing the whip. And I'm not sure, I'm not sure you'll be, that it's, that it's positive or negative here. Sometimes the whip has kind of a negative connotation to it, so it might be startling to you in some way or surprising in some way. But one way or another, I have a feeling that, whatever the intentions are, they're going to be known pretty soon. The air is going to be cleared.
And I think it really is about emotional turbulence, because I think that that's what the clouds, light and dark, are also a metaphor for. Stormy weather, they say, that kind of thing, which is more sometimes about how people feel. So I think it is really more about that. And you may find that this person is not necessarily not benevolent, but maybe they're just confused and needy in their own way too.
Right. I think that's highly possible here, that they're searching for something in that manner. But I just think whatever the case may be, you're going to find out pretty soon what's going on there. So good luck with that, YOLO. Keep us posted. Hey, Divine you are up. And then Aquarius, Apple and Eve, Miriam, Apalavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG. I'm still keeping you on there, but don't worry about it if you don't want to read it.
All right. Hi, my lovely. Ooh.
Huh.
So, how interesting.
And here I thought you were happy where you were. So, let's see what's going on here. All right.
Well, sometimes opportunities.
Thank you,
So-
YOLO. You too. You take care.
So,
Go ahead. Your turn.
I'm going to use the Eglipticos, and we're not going to see them necessarily as court cards or individual cards, so we're just going to have a word to guide
So are
us.
you asking if it's too early to change? Is that it? Or do you just want to know what would happen if you went ahead and sent in your resume? If it's a good idea?
I sort of feel like that's what it is. Like
Okay.
you're wondering if, it's too early to consider job changes or certain types of
Oh,
moves.
okay. Okay.
Ah,
All right, let's see. Let's see what it says about
I
this.
see. Okay.
I just saw a notice come up for Papa Squirrel, who does a lot of unboxings of tarot decks. And
Usually at 3 o'clock.
he was just talking about a super diverse tarot deck.
Well, okay then.
Or super inclusive, he called it. Tarot deck. Okay, you want to pick them up?
Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Mama Teresa. I verified the donation. Thank you very much. All right. So do you want to read them as the reverse of the word? Because really, what are you going to go with?
I don't know. You picked this deck, so...
I did. So I guess you'll follow my lead.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so this is a different kind of deck. These are tarots, but they're sort of organized differently. So we have number 36 reversed, and that's initiation reversed. And then we have number 24, which is called the Weaver. And then we have number 40, which is premonition reversed. So something is guarding against this, possibly. Something maybe is the instinct you're possibly thinking of there, that you're not sure. You don't feel this. And maybe this is also saying, too, that since you're asking from spirits not totally sure either. It may be the sense that there is more to work on still yet, or that that process itself is something to work on. And it may also be, too, that with the idea of initiation reverse, that maybe this is saying you aren't really ready yet. You're still going through the process of moving towards some degree or situation.
well, I was going to say that. Thank you. Excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat. So, I feel like you've been questioning whether this is a good move at this time. You know, whether this is a time to initiate a new maneuver, a new move, go in a new direction. And, you know, that premonition is reversed. Can you trust your gut right now on this? I'm not so sure. I feel that the Weaver card might be the key here. That the Weaver card is saying that you need to integrate more into this company, corporation. You need to maybe integrate more knowledge. There's something here that may still need to come together before you should really move forward.
Right.
I mean,
agree
that's
with all
what they
that.
look like,
Yeah.
you know, right now to me.
And that was not bad for a kind of different kind of tarot, actually. Thank you.
But
there's always something else, right, Divine? Oh boy.
yeah, look at this.
So we have the stork and we have the fox. And the stork, of course, talks about new things, new beginnings, new projects, etc.
And growth. And the fox is about the workplace and being an employee. And so I almost feel like things might shift and change for you anyway. Or just the fact that that came up together to reinforce that that's what this reading is about here. Whether it is the appropriate time for you, the employee, to make this shift and change. I don't know. I mean...
But I'm also wondering, too, if maybe somebody is trying to pull you into that situation, and that maybe this is where some of your own sense of doubt comes in. Because I just sort of feel like the fox represents a clever person, or a person who is maybe thinking of their own agendas, their own goals. And it's not that they're against you, that they're trying to make you too ambitious, but maybe they just sort of think they know better in certain respects.
Okay. Be smart. Okay, the fox is also divine you about cleverness. So be smart about how you initiate this change. Be clever. Is it a smart move right now, or is it a smarter move for you to wait? And I think that was what came out in this card, the cards here. So that's what we have for you, divine you. Good luck with that.
Glad you like it. I hope you do. Thank
All
you,
right.
Divine.
And we are on Aquarius. Aquarius, I hope you're still with us. And then Apple and Eve, Miriam, Pallavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG. Hey, I like initials. I may just go with that in the future.
And hats off to Miriam, who is keeping our list up to date. That's so wonderful. So, Aquarius, I hope you're there. No, you're doing fine, Miriam. Can I have my other cards back?
No.
Please?
I want you to use them again and throw me off.
And the reason we didn't have any bells go off with the donation is because we're using a slightly different software, and it doesn't always translate the same way. We do appreciate all our donations, though, so thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't do that now, Divine You, but I personally feel the cards were indicating maybe you should wait.
Yeah, I think so too. I just pulled a random card and I sort of felt like it suggested this is not the time that maybe you should wait. Specifically, it was justice reverse, and so it might not be seen exactly the way you would like it to be represented.
Second
in the
call
sense of
for
fairness.
Aquarius. Yeah, you're stuck there now, Sonny. Ha ha.
Yes, Aquarius. It's always possible we might put you at the bottom of the list again, but that might be up to Miriam, actually.
No, we're good. We always give people 3 shout-outs, and if they come, do you want to... Yep, Aquarius, roll call. Thank you, Miriam. This is the last call for Aquarius. Okay, so Apple and Eve, you can get ready with your question.
You're welcome, Divine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Divine. We appreciate you.
I see.
Okay, Apple and Eve, your question is next, and then Miriam Pallavi. Well, she's keeping such good track of things, I don't even have to read the list right now. Woohoo! Thank you so much.
Yes, really appreciate it. I have an idea.
Oh, so do I.
You do?
I do.
Alrighty. Oh, okay.
Later.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, last call for Apple and Eve. Apple and Eve might have just dropped in. It's possible.
Right. Apple and Eve sometimes just checks us out and we chat. Thanks, Miriam. But you're absolutely right. We got to keep it moving. So that means...
well, that means Miriam's up.
Ooh. Is that true? Go for it.
All right, Miriam, go ahead. Type your question. He's so cute. Oh, you are here. Okay, go ahead, Apple and Eve, and Miriam will take you right after.
You would say that, Kellyo. Hi, Adam, Apple and Eve. We're ready for you if you have a question.
Well, the humor is sometimes dry over here. I'm not going to mention names.
There's a certain obtusity. It's almost Oberonificant.
Over the top or over the
top.
head?
A relationship read. Okay.
All right, you got it.
Your deck?
Uh,
Right? Isn't
absolutely. Let's go with this one. Did I use the dark wood yet? I think I did. I'll use this one again.
it? And that means that Miriam will be up right after Apple and Eve. So,
Yep.
and I know you'll be on time.
Well, we also know there's a slight delay often in our stream. And so, we try
that's
to
the problem
account
with
for
people.
that when we call for people.
I saw the Singing Bowl one recently too, and it was really calming and I said enriching. It just feels full. So check those out on the Apple and Eve channel, the Singing Bowl meditations, various ones. They're really good. I like them, and the whole thing projects serenity and good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check one out soon myself because I'm getting very much into music and sound therapy. I really do like it. I have an app on my tablet that has a lot of meditations, guided meditations, or sound therapy programs. I really like it.
I think our list is cut off.
Oh, Sally T. I'm so sorry. I mean, I might be able to put you at the bottom for a 1-card draw, but
Yeah.
we're very, very booked today.
I just noticed Sally T. That's my mom's name.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
it.
Mom.
Aw.
Is that you, Mom? My mom is actually Ursula, but we always call her Sally.
Did you cut them?
Yes, I did.
I picked them up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hi, Mom. We're
Okay,
going to read for you, too, I
General
guess.
Love read. Well, I don't know how lovey-dovey this is, Apple Eve, but we have Judgment reversed.
Wait a minute. I want to make sure I got the camera right. Judgment reverse. Sorry.
Oh, that'd be awesome, Apple and Eve. Wow, you're so nice.
And 8 of Wands reversed. And 7 of Wands upright. Wow.
I know. Some kind of love reading, eh?
Somebody says slow down. Somebody says I'm taking the wheel.
I feel as though right now, maybe as far as love goes, you kind of have put yourself in this situation, whatever it is.
Is that this?
Yes, that's Judgment. You know, because Judgment is kind of like what you sow, you will reap. So if things are not happening right now or moving, or if you feel really spent and burnt out or just kind of worn out from things that are going on in your love life, always feeling like maybe you're on the defensive or that you're trying to, you know, achieve something that you're not achieving, this is on you right now somehow.
I agree with that, but I sort of think that this is saying you have the willingness and ability to really keep the struggle going in terms of the relationship or fighting for what you feel is your interest or where you want focuses or energies to be. But having said that, maybe it's not so much either you or the other person or persons in the all over picture, but just the idea that there's a sense of non-motivation or lack of energy right now, and that seems, in my opinion, to be more external, that there's things outside of the relationship that contribute to that. I don't necessarily feel they contribute to this because I think that most of what Banshee said was probably true. It could be that's your reflection on that stimuli.
Yes, go ahead and add Sally. And because like I said, we'll do 1 cards for some people at the end. I just don't know that we could give a full reading. But yeah, so this doesn't look very romantic at the surface here, I would say. But I do feel like it's almost as if relationships right now and the whole concept in love is draining in some way. And
well, you know, just in general with full moon energy, you know, relationships, emotional situations are always a little bit being tested or, you know, strife. The moon in the mountain.
oh my God!
And there's a moon over the mountain.
All right, so let's look at this here, and let's look at the mountain here. You have somebody standing on that higher ground trying to take a defensive. The mountain is about challenges and struggles. It's kind of like that 7 of Wands in a way. And of course you have the moon, which is about romance and love and, you know, potentially, you know, your intuition as well. It just seems as though there are challenges and struggles right now in your love life and relationships. There's definitely an uphill battle.
Nothing indicates that it's like, you know, really super serious, but it is challenges. It is things. And some of this is like maybe just coming to terms with where you let the external influence you or have a part of that. Maybe you just have to draw more boundaries. And I think also, too, it's about coming to terms with some of what you want to still manifest that maybe you're still not satisfied with it. The moon is about cycles, and maybe you just feel this cycle of where you want to go is just not getting there for you yet, and you know you still have to do that. So ultimately, it's always about the balance for you, for everyone, really, in a way.
That's what we have for you, Apple and Eve.
All right.
Glad we fit you in. Okay, we're going to move on to Miriam now, and then Pallavi, Vahavi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG, and Sal.
Oh my goodness.
Hey! It's 3:20.
What does that mean? It
Nothing.
means nothing.
It's an hour before 4:20. Ah. Yep.
Is that funny enough for you, Casey? You're welcome. You
I
are
don't
so
know.
welcome. You are so welcome.
Hey, we didn't get the storms they said were coming, so I guess we're...
And I tried to send you something from my Gmail, Stephanie, and it didn't quite get there. I'm not sure why, but it was basically more commenting on a situation we've been talking about. So I'm going to try to send that to you again.
Here you go.
What am I doing?
I'm
Nothing.
just nothing. All right, so we're waiting for Miriam. Okay, there's Miriam's question. Do you see me and Muhammad communicating in the future? Has a romantic interest. Okay, in which things ended a bit sour. All right. Or he's a romantic interest. Got it.
It's your deck or mine?
Yours. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my Millennium Thoth again.
So let's do a yes/no first. And see what we get.
Yeah. And once again, a round of appreciation for Miriam for helping us with the list. We had no idea it was going to be this big this time. But it's kind of interesting because our last two live streams have gotten really a lot larger than they had been prior to that for a little while, so.
I don't know. It's feast or famine with us. There's either not many in the room or all of a sudden a lot of people. So we're really grateful. I think it's wonderful. Thank you all for coming.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
All right. You want me to count them?
Sure. So we are doing, Miriam, a yes or no as our first part of our response to you. And it's a certain way we learn how to do the cards that go specifically to the idea of, is it yes, is it no, is it maybe?
All right. So it's leaning towards no. This is Temperance, isn't it? Art.
Yes,
Yeah.
Temperance is art.
So we do get Temperance upright. We also have the Seven of Swords upright. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Now, let me just say this, Miriam. It's leaning towards no. It is not a definite no. And so what are the factors here? I think somebody has to find a way to, find harmony and balance again in order to move forward with this relationship. I feel here with the Seven of Swords that there may be some conflicting values. There may be some, there might be, each of you might be struggling to assert themselves over and their desires over the others. And so I feel like there has to be a harmony and balance reestablished, lines of communication open, and just a sense of each feeling that their needs would be met by the other.
In my long life as a tarot reader, I've seen ideas change about the Seven of Swords at least once. And so I sort of try to meter that too to myself, because I used to feel that it always talk about maybe a certain level of secretiveness or covert planning, which I think Banshee kind of indicated, in terms of values, and you mentioned values too. And then the Temperance, sort of says, well, we want to be even-handed here. We want we want to consider both sides, or we want to try to bring a sense of consensus to that. So these two sort of are in contrast, and it may be that this represents each side of you and Mohammed. It could...
Well, I also feel here, because of what's being said here, that the Seven of Swords often is somebody who is looking out after either a group's or their own interests. And so I feel like maybe part of the problem here is that somebody, it could be the person who is macho enough, is kind of looking out for their own interest as at the expense of, a mutually equitable relationship.
Well, I'm no stranger to friends or people who are involved in cultures like that, or those cultures. And we normally don't always look at the aces that show up in this reading as part of what is the meaning there. But in this case, I sort of feel that because of what you're saying is that, for a person like Muhammad, perhaps being gentle and loving, which is kind of like the Ace of Cups, one way or the other, reversed or otherwise, is maybe hard for them to take in, because there's really a conflict there that maybe, all of us as humans really do want love and empathy, but a lot of times we get involved in cultures, groups, gangs, processes, families that deny us that. And I'm not saying anything you don't know, so I probably wasn't very worthwhile. Oh, but the fox and the lily. Maybe Mohammed can evolve.
Well, I would like to hope that possibly Mohammed could evolve. There is a possible indication of that there. But I would also say that, we got to be... Sometimes the fox can indicate sneaky and sly behavior.
Which is sort of backed up a little bit by one interpretation of that.
Yeah. So I don't know, if Muhammad could have fidelity issues, as part of this. Or maybe that even he could be somebody who is a little bit jealous and feels that, you might not be, that you might not be true to him.
Some of these cultures, and we don't even have to stop with what necessarily is Muhammad's culture, but a lot of cultures that are not necessarily American or mainstream as we know them, they express this idea that if men are not more ruthless in love or relationships, they're not in charge. And, so it's about being in charge too. And so Muhammad may need to come to terms with that. And I almost get the feeling like there is a capability for that.
There is a potential here, but
you can't push it necessarily.
You're not going to necessarily be able to push it. So you have to decide, how long you're willing to wait for it. Because I also feel with the lilies card sometimes that there's a slow maturation process here. I don't feel that the lilies is necessarily a fast-moving kind of card. So, I don't know.
Right, and you're kind of saying that too in a way, that, he moves slowly in different ways, whether it's from or towards you, perhaps. So
the outlook is no right now, and so I feel like if there's going to be any communication, you may have to reestablish it, and you may have to try to focus the conversation of, can't we build on our commonalities? Can't we build on, fairness and sharing and caring, as opposed to, trying to just control the other? I don't know. I just don't know that it looks really positive right now, but it's not impossible.
Right. I mean, right now you may only be able to be a friend of some sort. Just, you know probably what you need to know here.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you, Miriam. Good luck with that.
But
well, I don't know why. I just decided to pull for you from my Soul's Book of Answers. This is what we call a little bit of bibliomancy. They have pages in here. You just randomly flip to a page and you read the message on there, and it should relate, and I think it does. It says, soft of eye and light of touch, speak ye little and listen much. So I think what it's saying here is, let Muhammad do the talking and listen to what he's telling you, whether it's through words, whether it's through actions, maybe whether it's through silence, that he's just staying away. And you should determine your course of action from that. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Miriam.
Thank you.
All right. Is he on my list?
Yeah, but you have it. I see
that's
it.
right. We do have it there. Thanks to Miriam. So we have Pallavi. You are up. And then Vahabi, Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG, and Sally. And if people have disappeared, the list might get shorter, or, we maybe can give some people longer readings. It just depends. Very good, Pallavi. Good to see you. You can go ahead and type your question.
Okay. There it is.
What's coming next for you in love? Okay. Oops. Here you go, Mr. O.
Okay.
Okay, Angel, we're not up to you yet. We're still moving through, but actually,
We're moving at our usual glacial pace.
there's only one, besides Pallavi, there's only one other person in front of you. Sunny is off to my side here now, in a perfect spot. Whoops. I was there. Wow. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Seven of Pentacles upright. Then we have the Chariot upright. Well, Pallavi, if I looked at these cards just in a love reading, first I would say they don't seem very romantic, but there is a message here about love. I feel as though if things have not been moving very fast for you, or perhaps, I could look at this two ways. Things might be moving not fast enough for you. Maybe not much has been happening in the area of love or growing. Maybe you haven't been even able to, do anything to move forward there. But the Chariot is saying things are going to start moving. Things are going to start moving forward for you. Or you are actively going to be out there now pursuing a relationship. It's one or the other. But also, I'm just going to do this real quick, Mr. O, but also, there's a possibility here that maybe things have been moving too fast for you. Maybe the Chariot's indicating, wait a minute, I need to slow down and think about things a little bit. And think about where things are going and get my bearings here,
For me,
Can you see that both ways, though?
A little bit, but
Okay.
for me, that reversed Eight of Pentacles may indicate that some of the fallout from a previous relationship may
Hold
still
on a
be
minute.
there.
Shivanshi, I'm sorry, we have to close the list now. We just
Yeah.
have too many people today. Apologies. We'll be back here next Sunday. Come early. We're here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and get on the list early. And also, we're here Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I don't know if that was for me or not, Pallavi, but I sort of feel like maybe there's still
Okay.
a bad taste or a
No, it's for me.
or a feeling of past things not quite resolved well, or leaving sort of bad impressions on you. And that maybe, it's just really like you don't want to necessarily move ahead, which could be a form of stagnancy too, because it's self-imposed in a way. But the Chariot says that maybe opportunities are going to come, so it may be you questioning how you want to do them, because it seems like the natural tendency that I'm seeing is that you're interested, but it's sort of a push-pull thing. You sort of vacillate a little bit on either your methodology, how you want to approach being available, being vulnerable to possible love interest.
Right. I see that. And I'm glad you clarified that, Pavlavi, because I do see that, yes, that was my first inclination anyway. What I said was I felt things were slow or stagnating, or you really weren't putting, the necessary effort out there that you needed to do. And, the one thing about the Chariot card is in the traditional tarot, the Chariot card shows the charioteer holding the reins and driving to victory. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you're going to have to move this forward. You're the one that's going to have to take more steps to now move forward with, if you want to get going with a relationship.
And whether you feel that way or not, you do really have this ability. It may not be a super magnified ability of yours, but you have the ability to demonstrate some amount of drive, because I think what happened in that past relationship, whenever that was, might have concerned some of that. The potential for, your own ambition to move ahead maybe didn't match the other person, or maybe there were situations of competing interests somehow.
Do you want to pick first?
Sure. Ah.
Oh, that's nice.
So in the Lenormand, I have picked the bouquet, and Banshee has picked the book.
Wow. You know what? I think that Chariot is onto something. I do think you are going to be moving forward. And basically, when I see the book and the flowers together, the flowers are about joy. I think you are about to discover joy and happiness through relationships.
Is the bouquet a gift too,
yes.
in a way? Okay. So, yes, it just sort of feels like it's the gift of knowledge too, in a way, The idea of you being able to understand yourself better, understand your drives, take in some of the lessons from your past perhaps, and really judge yourself in a better sense than you might have been, that maybe you were thinking you needed to hold back, but maybe you really don't. Maybe you need to just take some smaller steps and be informed from what you know, not from what you don't know.
Well, and being a librarian, and of course Angel Rivera is a librarian, when you're studying and you're reading books and acquiring knowledge, you are also discovering. And so discovery of joy. I feel like, through this process here, you're finally coming to a point where you will be able to discover some joy in a partnership with someone. I do think it's coming. I don't have a time frame for you.
I can see that probably that past one was toxic, and I think that a lot of what it did was chip away at your sense of your own confidence. And so I think that's really a big factor in where we saw things going. But I think some of your mending has started to happen, and you just need, to give it a little more time and feel more confident as you move closer towards that feeling there.
Right. I do think a little bit more time is going to have to pass, but I think you're on track for something. You will move through this. That's what we have.
And you have a healthy thing to do right now, which you're indicating is your studies. So.
Good. Javi, you are up. And then Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, Casey, JG, and Sally.
We can do it. Good for you. Good for you, Pallavi.
Awesome,
Thanks for
Pallavi.
coming. Thanks for coming.
And yeah, everything in its time, obviously you've had to put some things on the back burner too because of your studies. So, you know, everything will happen in its right time, and I think you're moving in that direction.
What was that deck we
now.
used? Kellyo likes it.
Okay, see, that was the Dark Woods Tarot. The Dark Woods Tarot by Sasha Graham and Abigail Larson. Abigail Larson, I believe, I'm not sure about this, I could be speaking out of turn here, but she might have done the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, I think. I'm not sure. No, that's Siegel. So that's somebody else. Never mind. Abigail Larson has done another deck or two of mine.
Alrighty. So I believe it's Vahabi. Right?
Yes. Vahabi, you are up. And then Angel Rivera. We'll give Vahabi a minute. It is a nice deck. I like it a lot. So many decks. So many.
So little money for them.
Anymore, I know. Fixed income. Bummer.
Real bummer.
I can't even grab my other one. I will be doing an unboxing soon, I swear. I'm still trying to get my bearings on this kooky little deck I've got called Today's Tech Tarot. All right, last call for Vahabi. Vahabi?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Give one more moment.
Didn't we already have a cell?
Yeah,
Because on their pin list, they're next. It should be Angel, though, right?
right.
Okay, so just a mistyping.
Well, I think Vahavi is gone possibly here.
So we're up to Angel
we're going to
then.
move on to Angel Rivera.
All right, Angel.
And then after Angel Rivera, Sabrina, Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, Ben, BD, KC, JG, Sally, and Sally. Sorry.
I know somebody else popped in there, and I don't know if we told them specifically, but our list is closed as of Sally T.
Right. We did.
Okay.
That's why they said it's okay.
And Angel might be away.
That's right. Angel is on the reference desk. So we might move beyond Angel for now. Angel will probably be back.
So yeah, we can take Angel later. If Sabrina's here, we can do Sabrina. And I don't remember if Sabrina might have put in a question earlier.
I don't think so, but maybe.
There
Some
were a
people
couple
did.
comments by
Yeah.
that person. Looking for it. Oh, that's yellow. Well, we were pretty busy today, eh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but we are losing some people. So, Sabrina, are you with us? Angel Rivera, are you back? There's Angel Rivera.
All right, we'll take you.
I can get, when you get to me, the one card deal. Okay,
Okay.
we'll do it right now, Angel. We're keeping that ball rolling. That's right.
So if you didn't wait, or if you're wondering if you're gonna leave, we are here on Thursday, so you could come back for this reading.
Did you shuffle?
Yes, I did. So go ahead and cut.
Hey,
Knight of
it's
Cups.
the dashing Knight of Cups, Angel Rivera. Well, maybe the Knight of Wands is more dashing, but I say the Knight of Cups is just such a sensitive person, you know?
Well, it seems like something really good will happen. Something that brings you some heartfelt good feelings. It may be pleasurable activities. It may just be feeling more closely drawn to the one or ones you love.
Right. I feel like this is guiding with love. This is also, moving forward with a good heart as opposed to, I don't know, a cold indifference. I feel that this is a card of
Warmth.
warmth, right? Exuding warmth to others. This is also, as he said, the coming or going of things that can bring you a lot of joy and happiness. So that sounds really positive. We could all use a little happiness right now. See if we can pull anything to add to that. Whoa.
Did it work?
No, maybe not. Okay.
She-bear and coffin.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like in this case, this is an end to the things that. This is an ending to the things that drain away your power. Your personal power.
Right, because the bear is the sign of personal empowerment. So I get that too. It may be that
The time of feeling, this is a better way to put it. The time of feeling
there's vulnerability, and so you could sort of see that here a little bit too. The idea of being open to wherever love takes us, because there are roses there, and sometimes we love those who aren't really with us in one way or the other.
Oh, wow. Getting power from the ancestors. That's what we have for you. That's your one card.
Thanks,
and that's
Angel.
Pretty positive, Angel. Good luck with that. Sabrina, are you with us? You are next if you are. And if not, Mr. Maurice, are you with us?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead, Mr. Maurice Evan Jones, and thanks for joining us again. We saw you the other night.
And after Mr. Maurice is Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG, and Sally. We can certainly use some good vibes. Geez, it's just hard to watch and listen to the news anymore. Oh, so much going on in the world that is not too happy right now.
You're welcome. So there's Sabrina.
Oh, awesome, Sabrina.
All right. That was my deck, right? So your deck.
The question is, how
Okay, we
will
got
it
you.
go? Will we fall in love? All right. My deck. All
Yes,
right.
please.
Yes, please, he says.
Excuse me.
Yeah, let's use this one. Oh, well, obviously I haven't used this deck in a little while. They seem hard for me to shuffle. Do my shuffle thing. Thanks for sticking with us, Sabrina. Here you go. And then after Sabrina will be Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, and BD, KC, JG, and Sally. We'll go into a little bit of overtime, but we will get there. So I feel so warm with my little pseudo fireplace here.
We're doing this as a regular reading? Not a yes or no?
3 cards.
Okay.
No, because I think, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have the King of Swords, upright. We have Temperance, reversed. Temperance has come up a bit today, I've noticed.
I think in a reading that had the King of Swords too.
And then we have the Two of Wands, upright. Well, I definitely think this could be the start of something. Will you fall in love right away? Maybe. Maybe it'll take a little bit of time. Temperance is a little bit, saying there's a little bit of balance issues. As you first get to know each other, there's always little things that need to be worked out. There's little things that, may be disharmonious. You may find you may find some things that are different about each other that you have to learn to come to accept.
The King of Swords and the Two of Wands tells me you're both pretty dynamic characters. You both have some really bright energies on your sides. And so it may be that this will draw you together quite well. But that also may indicate, too, that you may realize that some of your goals are not exactly mutual. That won't necessarily mean that you still won't be attracted or fall in love. It just may put that spin on the relationship, that there just will need to be the sense of understanding what those push-pulls boundaries are. What if, they're really attractive in most ways, but there is some fundamental difference, in terms of, I'm not going to say politics, but maybe how they feel about an important issue, whatever that is.
Right. And it might be, I would say the King of King of Swords upright. That is the King of Swords, right? Yeah. King of Swords upright indicates that, fairness and equanimity shouldn't be too much of an issue.
That's true.
I feel like that's not going to be necessarily the issue, but there just might be, right, like what he said, some different objectives that you both have in your lives, and you just have to learn how to integrate each other's goals, to be able to work as a team together on them. So your falling in love, is probably going to be there. I want to throw the Lenormand to see if it gives us more info.
Right. Nothing really says no. Nothing screams
right.
no at all,
It's just maybe a little bit of a process.
Yeah.
It may not immediately be, but let's see.
The birds. And you had the stork. 2 birds.
Yeah, we got all birds here for you now. And so what does that mean? I kind of feel like the communication is the key here, and it can change the trajectory of this relationship for the better. So the better you are able to be open and communicate with one another and express your feelings, I feel that will invoke, a new beginning for you.
And like I said before, I think the dynamic is, both of you are dynamic. There's a lot of bright energies here. And in fact, because these are both birds, I'm just going to say birds of a feather. So there is something that will draw you to each other, because there is more alike than not. It's just really saying, that, some birds, fly higher than others. Some birds say, no, I'm doing this instead. So it's figuring out where you fly together.
Yeah, so work to strengthen those connections through communication.
Which is what the birds is all about. So thank you very much.
That's what we have for you today,
Thank you,
Sabrina. Good luck with that.
Thanks for waiting.
Hey, Mr. Maurice, are you with us? If not, Crystal, are you here? I just want to get my bearings.
Yeah, we'll throw 2 out just to see who's here still.
So we have Mr. Maurice, Crystal, Zola, BD, KC, JG, and Sally. Hey, Austin, how you doing?
We can't promise you anything. We're really full here.
But people are disappearing.
People are also disappearing.
So if you hang in there, you might be able to get at least a card.
Yeah, because we're literally in our last 5 minutes, but we still have a number of people that we're going to ask for.
Second call for Mr. Maurice.
Second call for Mr. Maurice Evan-Jones. And I believe, because I called from earlier too before Sabrina popped up.
So Crystal, are you with us?
Crystal?
We'll give Crystal a moment. And then we have Zola, BD, KC, JG, Sally, and Austin. Now I know January Girl said she was just in it to lurk, so actually she's not. necessarily on the list. If you're here still, January girl.
Well, I'm looking at the chat room, and it does look like some people have dropped off.
I
so
know.
it may be that there's nobody here, or hardly anybody. So,
Okay,
Crystal,
so
we
let's
can
move
assume
on.
we're
I
going to
haven't
move on.
heard from Mr. Maurice. I haven't heard from Crystal. So let's move on to Zola. Zola, are you here? Zola or BD? Ben Mazug? Is that what it was?
Something like that. I don't see it in front of me, so I don't know. But I think anyone who is here and waiting for a reading should just say so now. Besides Austin, perhaps. Because we are literally at our hour, and I notice that there's only a few people here, so come out, wherever you are. Who's here? Who's waiting for a reading? Gina, are you lurking in the background while you huddle in your basement, wondering if the storm's going to hit?
Or she might have lost power.
I'm pushing that energy away from you, Gina.
Okay, I haven't heard from Zola or BD.
Or anyone.
Okay, KC. KC, how about a card reading?
Let me pull one Eglipikos for you, the ones with just the words.
All right. Aditi. Hi, Aditi. I'll add you at the bottom. We might be able to do one card for
Yes,
people
that's the
here.
one. That's the one. Here we go. It really is a tarot deck, but it's probably pretty unique. There are 78 cards. The first 22 are the major arcana. All the rest just go sequentially, 23, 35, 36, 37, whatever. So there are no court cards. They all have a word.
Are
They
there
all have,
elemental associations?
there seems to be, because all of the cards have a lot of astrological symbols on them.
Okay.
I'll point them out. So I don't know that I always have the beat on that.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering, is the arcana clearly defined or not?
Only up to the traditional major
Okay.
arcana.
All right.
Delusion. Okay, see. So, is that one Capricorn or Virgo? I don't remember. That's a sistrum, which is the Egyptian thing there. So you have delusion.
And I don't know why I looked at the bottom of the deck, and I'm trying to maintain a straight face here.
There's no King of Wands in this deck. But there is consummation. So is that what the delusion is? Sorry.
I'm sorry. So, you might be thinking that something is finished, consumed. I'm looking at it that way, consummation. Because consummation means kind of a completion,
Right, it's a completion you went
and so
through with.
you might be thinking something you're done with, but guess what? You're not. You're only deluding yourself by thinking something is over and finished. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's something you're working on, it's still there.
All right. Who's next?
That's what we have for you, Casey. Wow.
We should just do Austin and then Addie.
Well, remember, Casey, this was not happy hour.
Yeah, we don't have to.
We have to put
we
a
don't have
happy
to.
spin on it. But I think we put the best spin possible is just to let you know that something you think you are done with, you're not.
Yeah. That's all we got, Casey.
Take that to the bank.
Okay, Austin,
right.
if you're still here, we'll give you...
Wait a minute. So there was January girl Sally. Are either of you here?
Well, I asked a few moments ago for whoever was here to say something, and nobody did, and I happen to know that
Austin's here.
we're like in real small digits right now, so...
We apologize to you latecomers, but we certainly want to do something for you, so we will draw a card and see what we get. The numbers add up to your life path number. Oh, okay. We didn't even do anything with those. What are they, Mr. O?
Is that 1?
Oh, 43 and 48.
That's 91, which is 9 and 1,
Yeah.
which is 1, right?
Yeah.
You're number 1.
I'm number 9.
Austin.
Oh, we're doing Austin, yes. Single card for you. Hey, Mila, you're running a little late here. We'll be able to do a single card for you.
Right, we're only pulling single cards for the last several people that walked in. Nice to see you, though. Thank you.
But we are doing one right now for Austin, and it's interesting, Austin. It's the Eight of Swords reversed. And the Eight of Swords reversed indicates liberation. You know, it indicates freeing yourself from either self-doubts or things in life that have been just restricting your movement or holding you back.
This could be saying, too, that if there was anything specific that you felt you didn't understand, you didn't see it, and maybe in some ways you sense that you were actually sort of maybe part of the problem, like you were just choosing not to see it, that is going to change.
We are going to do a Lenormand for you, and it's interesting. Oh. Because I feel like maybe you've been struggling to get there, Austin. You've been struggling to find the joy lately. But I feel like whatever's been kind of wearing you down, holding you back, it's going to be released now. I do feel that.
Yes, I feel that sort of that what was keeping you from understanding the joy is also lifting with that too. Struggles especially, that maybe if you were thinking certain problems had you down, you'll realize that really wasn't the case at all, and that maybe they weren't really those problems.
Thank you, Mila. I'm hanging in
Thank
there.
you.
We're doing fine. We're doing pretty good.
So we're going to read one card for Aditi.
Aditi?
Aditi.
Aditi, okay. You want to grab one of yours?
Yes. I'll use the Karma Tarot.
And then Mila will be after that, and we'll close for the day. Just a little into overtime.
And I don't know if Aditi's still here because we didn't really address them, did we?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But they did retract a message, so we'll see.
Okay, well, if they ever come back, this is for them. Well, I know it's got to be pretty late for you over there in Italy. You are in Italy, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. Okay, it's the Three of Coins reversed. The Three of Coins reversed, Aditi, indicates that maybe things... Oh, gee, Jose, we're really at the end of our show.
Yeah,
we're
we're
only
actually
going to be able to
closed.
do a single card for you.
Yeah, just a single card.
And that's it today. Sorry about that. But this is for Aditi. The Three of Coins reversed is indicating that some more work needs to be done. It's possible here you feel that you are not getting across to people. You are not getting recognized in some way. And it's kind of disappointing to you. More work needs to be done to make sure that you are being heard, you are being seen, and that your accomplishments are being recognized.
Right. This card clearly says you don't feel you're being appreciated. It is possible, too, that maybe somebody has some actual critique of your work or your skills or whatever, and you might have to consider that. But in general, the idea is expressing that you feel you should get more respect than what you have.
Yeah, and this could be anywhere, even in relationships in some way.
Okay, thanks, Jose.
So let's do that. And okay, So I think that, if you've been feeling a little insecure in your life, Aditi, that's about to change for the better. Things are going to become a little clearer and more stable for you.
Right. It seems to me like you have worked your way through the darker part of the problems, and now most of those situations are not so daunting to you.
So, recognition will come. Sometimes we just have to work harder, to stand out or just express ourselves more and make sure that we're getting credit where credit's due.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Mila.
Mila, you are up. Let's see. I'm going to grab.
And then Jose, and then we're done.
Yep.
And thank you, everybody, for coming. It's been an amazing, active afternoon for us.
Some people had to leave us. They could not wait. I understand that. But we're not going to, short our readings yet. As we get bigger, we may have to think of other options. But for now, we're trying to do what we can.
Right.
All right. Go. Yet another person. Nikki, you are really late in the show. We could draw a card for you real quick, and that's it. I am not going to take another person after Nikki, but we did lose a few people, so... And we're just doing one card draws now because we're in overtime.
Yeah, we're actually beyond our normal time span. Okay, Amelia.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow, you have the Eight of Swords.
This time upright. I know, we just had this. And unfortunately, this means kind of the opposite thing. This means that right now, maybe you feel a little trapped by something, trapped by circumstances, trapped by your own mental processes, Maybe there's some self-doubts, maybe there's some insecurities, some things that are holding you back.
It may be that the fear or possible trepidation you feel is a little bit overvalued because we see the buzzard in the tree above, but the buzzards never bother something that's alive. They're only looking for the easy kill, the easy cleanup. And so the thing is this is saying that really the situation is not as dire as you may think, that actually it's really a matter of just understanding where you are as a way of moving away from that.
Let's see if we can get more detail on this for you with the Lenormand quick. Oh.
You drew the same one again? What?
Nope, woof woof.
Oh.
Well, this may involve a commitment with someone, whether it's a friend, a relationship, a partnership. Perhaps you've been afraid to express yourself or your feelings, or, you feel like maybe stifled in some way by someone in your life right now. It could even be family.
Yes, this is kind of interesting because I feel it directly does relate to that 8 there. And I'm wondering, too, that if maybe to some degree you felt a level of pressure for certain commitment from a friend or with a friend or over a certain situation. It may not be just committing to them as a friend on some level of relationship. It may be committing to a plan or a project, and maybe you don't feel like you know enough about it or like you feel you have enough of a free hand for yourself. So you question how much you really want to commit to that or be involved in it.
Okay, that's what we have for you, Mila.
Yeah, see, it could be something like that.
And you are welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you, Sabrina. You're welcome. And thank you too, Mila.
Yeah,
so
that's possible.
Yeah, I can kind of see that because that's the Eight of Wands, I guess, is that you sort of feel you want...
Eight of Swords.
Eight of Swords. You sort of feel like you want to move away, but there's something that's still sort of holding you there. You're trying to be a nicer person to them, but they're the one maybe that just is not having that.
Get a card for Jose.
Okay, a card for Jose. We're going to use the Millennium.
And
Hi,
then,
Jose. And then Nikki.
And then Nikki, and then we're done. Okay, Jose,
You're welcome,
this
Milia.
is a card for you.
So I'm going to use the Millennium Thoth for Jose.
So let's see if anything comes up in relation to that relationship, Jose.
Can you repeat that?
Is basically, they're in Aries and the relationship is complicated. She's a Sagittarius.
So you're both fire signs.
Yes.
But I know how that goes.
Well, we're not both fire.
I know.
You just want to be.
I have a different kind of fire because I'm a Scorpio, so my ruling planet is the same as...
But you're a water sign.
Aries.
You're all washed up.
I squish you.
You drown me.
Aww. I see that, and I can totally appreciate that, Amelia. Okay, Jose, thanks for waiting again.
All right.
I know you didn't wait very long.
Wow, it's the Hanged Man.
Okay, the Hanged
Wow.
Man.
You know, the Hanged Man calls for objectivity, shifting perspectives, taking some time away from things to really regain perspective. So, I don't know, are you guys in a timeout with each other? Because sometimes I could almost see that with the Hanged Man, and that maybe just a little bit time away might actually help sort things out. What do you think?
I'm inclined to believe that this is a timeout, but it may be more for one of you than both of you, though there is something shared there. But I think one of you is more likely the one that needs to have that perspective. And what the perspective mostly says to me, I guess, is that wisdom about this or understanding about this comes when you do suspend some amount of what the other, more mundane aspects are.
Okay, so you are together. So I feel here, it's complicated. So basically what it does mean is you both need to take a step back and really take a look at, make sure, you are, looking at things objectively. Everybody has their wants, their needs, and their desires. But, how do you come up with the objective, the equal, the balanced place you need to be at in your relationship? And it requires some dialogue.
Well, and it really is the idea, too, that maybe both of you
sacrifice.
Both of you have your own wisdom, and both of you maybe understand what needs to happen, the sacrifice that either is an actual sacrifice or at least an evolvement.
Did you bring that up in your
thing? A little bit.
Yeah, because I didn't bring it up enough. I think that sacrifice is really integral, here. Yeah. I think might be key. Is each of you have to learn to give more, I'll give in a little bit more.
But it's that sacrifice about understanding each other.
Right.
It's not changing a behavior. No. You don't promise to change the cat litter more often or something like that.
But you all deserve, your space and your room to grow. Oh.
There's that mountain again.
Why is that there?
The mountain keeps happening.
So I don't know if other people might be interfering in some ways in your relationship, friends or family that kind of are, influencing one or the other of you. But I get the feeling with the garden that there's obstacles here relating to others in some way.
And I don't know that these others, the garden sort of represents the overall tapestry of your life, the public sphere that you operate in. The mountains represent difficulties maybe coming, but I don't know that these are people bringing them to you or suggesting these things to you. I just sort of feel that they're, I lost my train of thought here. That they're really more externals, that people aren't really judging you per se. That's not really what the issue is. It's really more...
They might be influencing one or the other of you, like, for example, somebody saying to one person, this person really needs to do more for you. Or this person isn't coming through for you here. You know what I mean? Just gossip or influence in some way that could be causing some of this.
No, what I guess I'm actually wondering too is, while I think that could be possible, Banshee, I think it's also possible too that other people use their struggles or difficulties as a way of involving you with them, and therefore that distracts from your relationship. You have to take care of other stakeholders, other people that are peripheral in some way.
It's highly possible he's saying too, if that resonates with you, that it's possible others are presenting obstacles because it seems as though, you guys are trying to work your stuff out, or, have a relationship and harmonize and have fun. And other people's problems, whether it's family, whether it's friends, are impinging on that in some way. I get that.
So that's what we have, Jose.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming. Hope we see you again when we have a little more time for
Yeah.
you.
And Nikki, you are up. We'll draw one for you. So you want to know about somebody's feelings towards you? We'll see what we can get in one card.
Oh, look.
Oh, we got a
How did that
subscriber. Woohoo.
Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And of course, if you click on notifications, you'll know when we go live.
And that was our little widget that our son, our producer, helped us
That seems like it
embody.
works and it doesn't
And it
work.
seems to be random, so sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, but
All
thank
right.
you, Jose. Appreciate that.
So, in my deck, right?
Right,
Let's
your deck,
see.
and that's for Nikki.
Yep. Let me grab. I want the dancing in the deck.
You're welcome. Thank you. Come back again.
Oh, Seven Oceans, you are really late. We'll
give you
make
a
an
card.
We'll give you a card, but that's all we can do.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, we've had a flurry of activity here. We've had to get to one card readings. Sorry about that.
I'm going to need some time alone. No.
Some quiet time after this.
No. It's really fun doing all this. It's very exciting to have this happening
To say
for
we
us.
don't get drained sometimes, but
It's a little
sometimes it depends on the information we've had to give people. Some readings are harder than others. Some of the questions we get are very difficult situations, and they can take a lot out of you. But today was very energized and some really good readings. Wow, we have the King of Swords here. All right, so you were asking about feelings towards you. I have a feeling that, this is going to seem like a cop-out to you, and I don't mean it to be that way, but it almost seems like they're in the process of making a decision. They are, in a way, judging you in some way. I think it's largely positive and objective because the King of Swords is somebody who makes the right choices and decisions for themselves and usually tries to give everybody a fair shake.
This is a kind of ascendant and evolved personality to most degrees. I mean, it sounds like I'm really piling it on here, but it's...
Yeah, you're too late, Sheila. We have to cut the list off. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry. We can't do any more.
We've got our last names on the list, just one or two after, and that's it.
But I think that for you, Nikki, what the card means is that it's not that they're highfalutin or anything like that. It's really like they just have a sense of standards, and so they may be looking at you, but really it looks good. It looks like they're summing you up mostly as a person that they feel they can work with. And so that may extend to romantic feelings, but it may extend to other possibilities as well.
One for you. Hello?
They're probably going to show in maybe more physical ways how they feel about you, that they may not be good with words, but maybe they're going to give you a gift, or maybe they're going to visit you, is what I'm feeling with this in some way. Maybe bringing a gift when they visit you, or at least their visit maybe presents itself as a gift to you.
House and bouquet. House has many meanings. I mean, it can be your physical residence. It can be a place of security and safety. I feel like you wanted to know what they felt about you, and I feel as though they feel like there's a sense of security with you and that you bring them joy. The bouquet is about joy as well as a gift. They may, in fact, give you something like Mr. O says to express their feelings, but I really feel like they feel like you bring them some joy and happiness in some way, or some positive energy if it's not, a romantic thing. It's definitely they feel something positive coming from you.
I think it's in the stages of developing towards love, but I don't think it's exactly love yet. I think that they're still at the stage where they seem to be fond or have some sense of feeling for
they
you.
Feel a comfortability.
They want to build that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's positive for now. It's so far it looks like it's leaning very positive, but I can't say anything more than that with the one card we drew, and I hope that helps you.
Is it my deck?
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're doing our last one for 7 Oceans.
All right, so this is related to work you're interested in? A card for tomorrow for work. Okay. We got the deck for you.
Our Thursday evening was rather busy last time, but it's never as busy as Sundays. So if anybody can make it on Thursday evenings instead, you might be able to get in quicker for a more extended reading than what we're doing at the end of the show here.
While we're mentioning things too, we do know that we're going to have a happy hour this next Saturday, and that's just for 1 hour from 10 to 11 a.m.
Right, it's a live show, but that too is a single card draw, and it's a message from Spirit to help motivate and encourage you and bring you some joy.
And you're welcome, Nikki. Thank you too. Okay, 7 Oceans. Go ahead.
Yep. I know, Angel. Hey, whenever you come, it's fine. We'll always squeeze you in.
Yeah, we really couldn't complain about being slow last Thursday. And we actually ended up having over 100 views.
7 subscribers after our last live stream, and within
we're
48 hours. And that's kind of unusual for us, but a happy unusual for sure. All right, Mr. O.
And I saw that, Milia. Thank you. We try to be as kind as we possibly can. Oops.
Oh, you picked this deck?
Yes, I did.
Then you read it.
Okay, so I picked my Eglipikos, and you got this card, number 53, reversed. Hostility reversed. That's 7 Oceans. So I think what the card clearly says is that for your work day, you will either manage to avoid hostilities or to arbitrate them or to somehow keep yourself away from them, to defray them, to marginalize them. So, and a lot of times we have workplaces that are very stressful. There are competing egos and things like that.
So I feel as though, with hostility reversed,
Yeah, we were.
It's indicating that you, there's twofold here. That maybe in your workplace or in your workday, there's going to be a lessening of, dissension or difficulties when dealing with people. It's going to feel like tempers, if they've been flaring lately, are calming down now. Or the other thing about this is that maybe this is a message to you that, it's time to try to adopt a less stressed attitude. Maybe you're letting some things build up at work. And so the key here, I feel, is to communicate. Is to try to communicate and see if you can't get it off your chest with a coworker or a boss or something like that. And just say what's on your mind and try to release some of that tension. And let's see what else we get.
That's a good one, too, because
Yeah.
I don't feel that this card says you have anger management problem, but maybe you do have to, just take a step back to look at somebody else's concerns and figure out how you can defray this.
Oh, wow.
So we got the Fish
Wow.
of the Heart, which is really a nice way to end up here, because they both kind of have some similar ideas.
The fish is about money a lot of time and resources and getting more. But I get the feeling here, but the fish is also about flow. And it looks as though it seems like more harmony is coming to the workplace. I hope that's true for you if you haven't been experiencing that, because the heart is here, and I really feel like the heart wins, love wins out. People will start calming down again if there's been tension and stress, and really start thinking of, the good of all as opposed to the good of the one.
Right. It has a very pretty much universal connotation here. This isn't about you being in love with anybody in particular. This is about you understanding that everybody needs a certain amount of respect because we're all just a
We're
bunch
all
of fish.
in this together.
We're all a bunch of fish in one big fishbowl. And hi,
I
Dr.
like
Victor.
that.
We are actually ending right now because we've been in overtime.
Yeah, we cannot fit you in, Dr. V,
So
as
we're
much
sorry
as I
about that.
want to. So we do apologize. We're running real late, as you can see. So,
We've had a good long show,
oh my
though.
goodness. Thank you all for coming. It's been really a great show today. Thursday's on the uptick, too. So, keep coming back for more. And I don't know. Maybe we'll have to add another live stream someday.
Yes, and of course, you can write to us at Twitter, Gmail, or Facebook, and we'll look at that and we'll keep communication open. So thank you very much.
So, take care, everybody. Enjoyed our day. We
Thanks,
hope you
Dr.
enjoyed
Victor.
yours. Thanks, Dr. V. And enjoy the rest of your day. And
Bye
we'll
now.
see you soon. Bye-bye.